right, so I figured I might as well get around to talking about this eventually. But the Little Mermaid live action controversy has been absolutely wild in the last week. And I want to get my thoughts out on it. And I'm not going to lie, this may, devolve into an utter rant because, this has brought up a lot of issues that I have with Disney and I have with modern Hollywood. And I'm not gonna lie, it's brought out a lot of anger, a lot of frustration with the way things are going. Because you have to remember, I grew up with Disney. I loved this company as a kid. I loved what Walt Disney's vision and dream was. I love what Disney used to be, and to see what Disney has become now has been absolutely atrocious. It's been disgusting. Makes me want to vomit seeing what Disney has become. So let's go ahead and dive into this Little Mermaid live action controversy. First of all, uh, the trailer for the live action Little Mermaid, last time I checked, which was a couple of days ago, it was over 2 million dislikes. It's probably even higher now. It's crazy. And in case you're wondering how people are able to see the dislikes on the trailer for the Little Mermaid, there's a plug-in you can get. I'm thinking about getting it myself. I didn't even know this existed until this week, but apparently there's a plug-in you can get where you can restore the ability to see the dislikes, which I think is a fantastic thing, because the whole thing about YouTube removing the dislikes, obviously that was to help their little liberal commie friends in Hollywood, such as the people in Disney right now, to try and avoid being embarrassed whenever they put out utter crap that people just absolutely reject and dislike. Of course, people found a way around it, because people will always find a way around this stuff, so it's pointless to even try and keep people from seeing things like the dislike button on YouTube. So apparently this thing is over 2 million dislikes. That was as of a couple of days ago. It's probably even more now by the time this video is coming out. And that's absolutely wild, man. I mean, it's wild that it got that many dislikes in just a week. It's nuts. it's absolutely nuts, bro. And it's well deserved too. And I talked about this in my D23 live stream. I talked about this in my live reaction to the Little Mermaid trailer. I don't like when they race swap. No matter what race we're talking about here, like you have Princess Tiana, for example, a black Disney princess. It would never occur to me to race swap Tiana. It would never occur to me. And you would get canceled in a heartbeat if you did do something like that. But then again, it would never occur to me to race swap Ariel either, because it's stupid. It's dumb. If you're going to create a live action adaptation of an animated film, don't you want to get as close as possible to that animated film as you possibly can? So wouldn't you want to keep the original races the same? Wouldn't you want to try and keep the same look, but just try and imagine what this would look like when translated into the real world, into live action? No, these people want to use this concept of live action remakes, which in and of itself I don't think is a bad thing, although I think Disney has had very mixed results when it comes to the live action remakes. Some I like, some I dislike vehemently. Looking at you, Maleficent. I don't think that that's a bad idea in and of itself, but they are using this as a vehicle to push their racial and social justice agenda onto the masses, or at least try to, and it's being rejected. It's being turned down. And they keep crying racism, 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 racism all the time. Not every single freaking criticism of a film like this is fucking racism. I mean, it's just, the whole racism accusation is just a way to try and avoid criticism and avoid addressing frustrations that your fan base has. And if you look at the latest Disney sales figures, and if you look at what's going on with their stock, if you look at what's happening with Disney financially, there is signs that it is starting to go into a decline, because people see that the jig is up. They're not falling for this anymore. And you're neglecting a lot of your longtime fans, such as myself, who grew up with Disney. 10 years ago, I was a Disney stan. I would defend Disney to my dying breath. That's how much I love the company. But what it has become now, I can't stand here and continue to support this crap. It's an abusive relationship. And the title of this video is Disney Hates Itself. The Little Mermaid live action remake is proof that Disney hates itself, and it hates its fans, and it hates what it used to be, and it's trying to replace, it's trying to erase history. That's what it's trying to do. The reason that they replace Ariel with a black actress instead of trying to get a white actress that looks like Ariel is because and try and keep it as accurate to the original animated film as possible is because they hate that film. They hate the message of that film. They hate all of their films that they used to create. They hate their history. They hate what they were. They hate Walt Disney. They hate his dream. They hate his vision. They hate themselves. And so this is a way of them trying to say, we're sorry for the decades and decades and decades and decades of, enjoyment, creative storytelling, amazing worlds, and happiness that we've brought to children all around the world. We're sorry for all that. Here, this is our way to try and make up for what, some crazy loud minority of the population believes is a history of racism and something that needs to be rectified and fixed and repented for. That's what it is, all right? They feel guilty for what Walt Disney envisioned. They feel guilty for the decades and decades and decades of joy that they've brought to people all over the world. They feel bad about that. They think of it as evil now. And that's what this shows. And, you're looking on the screen right now. Someone on Twitter actually used an AI program to take the black Ariel from the live action film and to turn her into a more of a white actress, which is more accurate to Ariel from the animated movie. And this person got banned on Twitter because of it, because apparently it was racist. So you're saying that trying to make the live action film, which is supposed to be, this live action interpretation, this live action adaptation of the animated film, trying to take that film and make it more accurate to the original movie, to make it more accurate to the film that you're supposed to be trying to translate into live action, that's somehow racist? Are you kidding me? No, it's called originalist. All right? It's called originalist. And on top of that, I was talking about in my live reaction to this, and in the D23 live stream that I did talking about this initially, I said, you know what, if they wanted to do a new adaptation of the original novel, the original Little Mermaid book, if they wanted to do that, and they recast the mermaid as a black character or a Latina character or whatever the case may be, if they wanted to do that, I said, fine, whatever, but that's not what you're adapting. You're adapting Disney's The Little Mermaid, which had Ariel with a certain look. However, I've been informed by other people since I made that comment that apparently in the novel, and again, I have not read the original novel, but in the novel, the Little Mermaid is described as being, white skin and with rose-colored hair. And of course, what's the traditional color of a rose that everybody thinks of? It's red. So Ariel, the animated Ariel, is actually very accurate to the original novel's depiction of the Little Mermaid. Red hair and white skin. On top of that, I believe it's a Danish novel. It's a Danish novel. It comes from a very, white part of the world. And you hear these people all the time talking about cultural appropriation. How is this not cultural appropriation of the Danish? These people's logic, there is no logic. They're hypocrites. So if I was to go out and make a live action version of Disney's The Princess and the Frog, not the original story of The Princess and the Frog, but Disney's version of it. If I was to go out and I was to take that film and I recasted Tiana as a white princess, they would say that's cultural appropriation. They would say that that's racist. But when you take a story about a white mermaid and you make her black, that's not cultural appropriation. That's not racist. If it goes one way, it should go the other way. That's fucking logic. That's fucking logic. But these people don't have logic. They don't care. They don't care, all right? And I wish they would just be open about this. Just be open about it. Just be honest with us. Just say it. Yes, it's a double standard, and you don't give a fuck. Yes, it's racism in its own way, and you don't give a fuck. Yes, you hate white people. You hate all white people. You wish they would die. You want. Just say it. Just be honest. Just be honest. Stop trying to dance around it. Stop trying to be all nice about it. Just fucking say it. You hate white people. You hate America. You hate all white people. You hate all Western civilization. Just say it. You hate it. You're disgusted by it. Just say it. Why don't you just be honest? It's you don't even have to say it. Your actions prove it. Your actions show it. All right? We get it. We get it. And I'm tired. I am tired of this abusive relationship, because that's what it is. It's an abusive relationship. And it hurts. I mean, it actually hurts, because Disney is so central to, or has been for decades, so central to people's childhood experience. And it's like, I grew up supporting this company. I grew up going to see all these Disney films, buying all your products, and now here you are telling me that I don't matter, that you hate me, that we don't care about you. And it's not just in the films and in the TV shows. You see it in the theme parks. You know, they're raising the prices and stuff. They don't want, it's not, the happiest place on earth. It's the happiest place on earth for a select few. I wish they'd just be honest. Just fucking say it. Just fucking say it. I'm mad. I'm so disgusted. I'm not doing this anymore, man. I'm not doing this anymore. I've gotten to the point that when it comes to Disney, and it's been so hard getting to this point because of how much I loved Disney growing up and how much it meant to me. But I am at the point now to where I just have to, I can't. I feel like if I go to another fucking Disney movie, that it's just going to be a punch in the face. It's just every time getting punched in the face. I'm done. I'm done. I can't with this anymore. I can't with this anymore. At this point, I have to start boycotting Disney. It's time to actually hurt these people where it matters, and that's in the pocketbook. Because me getting on here ranting about this, they don't give a shit. They don't give it. Even though the complaints and the arguments about this movie and about what Disney has been doing as a whole, even though they are completely legitimate, not based in racism, they don't care. They don't give a shit. This is why protesting never works. They don't give a shit. You can scream as loud as you want. They'll block it out. But you know what they do care? Money. And Disney's a big company. Disney has a lot of money. They can last for a very long time. So it takes a while to actually, for their pocketbooks to start hurting. But it has to start at some point. So I can't keep supporting this company the way they're going. I just can't do it. Until they start making changes, I can't do it. And I demand, and when they do finally wake up, because eventually they will start to feel it in the pocketbook. When they do start to wake up, I better get a damn fucking apology from these assholes. We all deserve an apology for how Disney has been acting. The only thing Disney that I am really interested in supporting at this point is Kingdom Hearts. And the reason for that is not because of Disney, but because of Square Enix. And more specifically, Tetsuya Nomura. Because I love Nomura. And I don't think Nomura will let Disney poison Kingdom Hearts with their bullshit. I don't think he'll do it. Because Kingdom Hearts is Nomura's baby. We learned with the whole Smash Brothers thing that it wasn't Disney that was being protective of Sora. Disney didn't care. It was Nomura. Sora is Nomura's baby boy. Kingdom Hearts is his kid. That's his child. He will protect it to the grave. So I don't think Nomura will let Disney poison that franchise. I don't think he will. And if they start to try and control him, I think he'll just end it. That's his game. And yeah, I know Disney gets a part of the money from every copy of Kingdom Hearts sold. I understand that. But that's it. That's all they get from me from now on. I'm not subscribing to Disney Plus. I'm not going to see these films. I'm not taking the abuse. So you get a big middle finger. Disney gets a big middle finger from me. And what's more than this, with this whole Little Mermaid thing, they talked about how the reason Ariel's not going to go to the surface and try and become a human, it's not going to be because she's in love with Eric. Then what the hell is it going to be for? What, does she want to go get a job at McDonald's or something? I mean, they hate tradition. They hate traditional storytelling. They can't tell a traditional love story to save their life because they view that as sexist and demeaning. So I guess the thousands and thousands and thousands of years of human storytelling, of human tradition, has been wrong this entire time. And all of a sudden, these great enlightened ones that have appeared all of a sudden in the modern day, they know better than thousands of years of humanity. You arrogant pieces of dog shit. I'm done. I had to get this out. Like, dislike, I don't give a shit, but I had to get this out. Because I am so sick of this shit. This has been getting to me all week, and I had to get this out. You can like, you can dislike, you can unsubscribe, you can subscribe. I don't give a shit. But that's my thoughts on it. Fuck you, Disney. And fuck you for the hatred that you spew towards your fans, towards your legacy, towards your creator, towards our childhoods. You hate yourself. You hate what you were. And now you're trying to rectify everything because you have some kind of demented, twisted sense of guilt. You are mentally ill. You are run by mentally ill people. And you deserve all the pain and the financial suffering that is coming your way because of how many bridges you've burned. Kiss my ass. All right. That being said, this is Jessica James with a Z. Subscribe, like, dislike. I don't care. Do whatever you want, however you feel about this. Comment down below, whatever. If you're sticking around, if you still want this content, if you like gaming, check out my gaming channel. That'll be down in the description box below. But this is Jessica James. I am done with Disney's bullshit. This is Jessica James with a Z, and I'm signing out.